In the next postures, there's a risk to overload the spine. So the first posture is the equestrian pose. So be mindful where you place your foot so that the knee doesn't travel over the toes when you go into the pose. So this protects the knee. And then when you go into the pose, come from the hip, that you extend the hip and transfer the weight and sink deep into the posture. And then you see you have a natural curve of the spine, and so there is no compression on one vertebra or disc. Okay, we come back. So what people do is that they're shifting the weight from the lumbar spine. So it's first we had the lever from here, and now she's shifting from there. And you can see the difference, and this brings a lot of compression to the lumbar spine and the discs. So here, if you're coming from the lumbar spine, you risk to have damage on your spine. And when you go further into the moon pose, so be aware that you now put a lot of weight into the spine. So first of all, establish the core. Think of all the 4 components, switch them on, and then coming from the hip extension, and then go into the posture. And again, don't be orientated too much on big movements, because otherwise you would really come from here. So she can do this really good, but now she's having a lot of compression on the lumbar spine, and that's what we're not aiming for. So back again. Switch on your core, and then move from the hip and bend backwards. So we have a safe backward bend in this pose. The third posture is the camel pose. And it's important when you move your trunk back that you first engage the core. So if you feel not ready to reach your heels, then you just bend a little bit back until you feel, okay, that's enough. Because what we want is, again, a natural curve of the spine, so that you don't have compression on one point. And that's enough. And if you feel more comfortable and you develop the strength in the core, then you can try to reach the heels, and then you have the full practice.